Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Just a quick reminder, my content is for entertainment purposes only. All of the messages I share come through the pendulum with the help of my spirit guides, guardian angels, and any invited spirits who choose to join us. While I do cover a lot of politics, I also dive into a range of hot button issues, current events, and hidden truths. If you enjoy this kind of content, please hit and subscribe button. It costs you nothing, but it helps me share these messages with more people around the world. Thanks for being here, and let's get started. Okay, hi, my spirits. I got a message from my spirits that I needed to do a reading because of tomorrow being 4/20. What's gonna happen? So I've got a bunch of questions because I haven't really been paying attention to the borders, and I know that Hegseth and Gnome were supposed to provide a report to him by the 20th, based on an executive order that he did, I guess, on his first day. So there's a lot of speculation, and people don't know what's happening or where it's happening or what it means or anything like that. So I want to do a reading and see what the energy has to say about the border situation, why it's happening, what's going to be enacted, and just yes, no, multiple choice, numerical, and scale type questions, so we can kind of understand what tomorrow could look like. So I've explained the board, I've explained the pendulum. You can check back on one of my other videos. If you're a follower, you've seen it already before. If you're a new follower, please go ahead and take a look at one of the other videos, and it will explain how the pendulum works. For now, what I'm just going to do is just start right into the questions, so that way we're not doing long videos. They're nice and short and quick and to the point. So my spirits are here: Sue, Grandpa Fred, Aunt Frida, and of course Archangel Michael. They are the ones that guide the energy around my pendulum. Based on the question I ask, they will tell me the answer. So what area of the U.S. southern border is most likely being considered for the Insurrection Act enforcement? Multiple choice. A, Arizona. B, Texas. C, California. Or D, New Mexico. You pointing to B? Yes. B is Texas. Is the area in question currently overwhelmed with illegal crossings according to Customs and Border Protections? Yes. Are state governors like Greg Abbott calling for federal military support in addition to their own National Guard? Yes. Haven't seen anything on the news, but okay. Why would the Insurrection Act be considered? Has the state formally requested federal military intervention under the Article 4 of the Constitution? No. So Texas is not overly concerned. They don't want the Insurrection Act, or they're not asking for it. Is the primary justification for invoking the Insurrection Act based on A, drug trafficking, B, human smuggling, C, cartel violence, D, all of the above? Sorry, scrolling up. D, all of the above. So there's still drugs, guns, and human trafficking at the border. Okay, awesome. Is there currently a coordinated violent uprising against the federal government at the border? No. Would invoking the Insurrection Act bypass state authority and increase federal control over law enforcement operations at the border? Would it give Donald Trump complete authority at the border? Has Trump stated publicly that he has the border under control? Yes. I guess that's why it hasn't been on the news. Has the number of border apprehensions decreased since Trump took office in January 2025? So despite his claims of he's got the border under control and his borders are, he hasn't changed a thing. What is the approximate number of migrants apprehended at the southern border from January to April 2025? A, 250,000, B, 400,000, C, 700,000, D, over 1 million. C, 700,000. 700,000 migrants apprehended at the southern border. Okay, wow. Have drug seizures, fentanyl, cocaine, meth at the border increased since January 2025? Yes. How many firearms have been seized coming into the U.S. from Mexico since January 2025? A, under 1,000, B, 1,000 to 5,000, C, over 5,000. B. So 1 to 5,000 firearms. What's the volume going back into Mexico? And you use the same scale, under 1,000, A, under 1,000, B, 1,000 to 5,000, and C, over 5,000, to show how many firearms are crossing from the U.S. into Mexico. A. So Mexico's done their job. Under 1,000. Okay, have violent incidents involving cartels directly on U.S. soil increased in 2025? Yes. Sorry, scrolling up. Has Trump built additional border wall mileage since returning to office? No. Has Trump increased military or federal law enforcement presence at the border since January 2025? No. Says he has. What is the general public opinion nationally on Trump's handling of the border crisis as of April 2025? On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being poor and 5 being excellent. Two. Actually, not even. Hey, are you saying 1? So very poor. Have immigration-related executive orders been blocked by the courts since Trump took office? Yes. That doesn't have anything to do with what's happening at the border. Is the voluntary deportation with stipend program making a measurable impact yet? No. Is Kristi Noem the right person for this border czar? No. Does she have any clue what she's doing besides dressing up in different costumes? No. And Pete Hegseth, I guess, is her boss. Does he help in any way? And does he know what he's doing? No. Well, no wonder. All right. You get rid of the people who know what they're doing and things don't happen the way you think. So let's put it on to the people with an Insurrection Act. If Trump claims the border is under control, does invoking the Insurrection Act contradict that claim? Absolutely. Yes. Is this action possibly being used for political theater ahead of the midterm campaign? Yes. Could the invocation of the Insurrection Act lead to a backlash or constitutional challenge? Yes. Has the Pentagon expressed concern or hesitation about using the military this way? Yes. Would this likely result in lawsuits from civil rights organizations or border state advocacy groups? Yes. Does Trump care? No. Will the people see this as a benefit in Trump's time in office? No. So his political theater is beginning to wear off. People are seeing him for who he is. Yes. Is the situation on the border currently worse than during Biden's term? Yes. Could this set a precedent for future presidents to use military force in domestic immigration enforcement? Yes. I don't think precedents are going to be a problem when it comes to future presidents because Trump's broken them all. So, based on what I'm understanding from my guides, is along the border between Texas and Mexico, there will be a large military presence, potentially, providing Trump decides to call the Insurrection Act, which sounds like he's going to, because what he's told us he's doing or has done, he hasn't. And the people that he has in place to do it don't know what they're doing. So instead, he'll put on this public display of Trump to the rescue, I can fix it in one day, and cause everybody's lives to be upheaved for however long he has the Insurrection Act in place. Will also give the military well, the military will have to decide whether they're going to follow Trump's orders or not, because if he tells them to shoot against somebody from Mexico, they're not going to want to, because they don't obey a king, they obey the Constitution, and that's not how we handle things. So it could be a very interesting alignment of people and the will of people. Let's hope it doesn't get that way. Let's hope the military stick to their oath. Let's hope Trump just plays Trump like he usually does. And Hegseth and Nome, obviously useless and shouldn't be in the roles that they're in, and that would be why things haven't changed with all the lies that Trump has been stating. And for those of you that live near that area, be safe, stay home, keep the news on so you know what's going on, if anything. Go out today and get whatever you need to get, so that way you don't have to go out tomorrow. If you have any Easter plans, I just watched the news. I don't know what to tell you about that, but it's Trump's world for now. Thanks for listening. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. If you like listening to me ramble on and have my pendulum tell me the answer to my questions, feel free to like my channel so that more people can hear my content. I'm learning more and more every day, and I hope to be able to share that with others as well as you. You can turn on the bell if you want to be notified. I know that can be annoying at times, but I kind of pick and choose who I want to be notified about. And have yourself an awesome rest of the day. And happy Easter to all, and whatever other holiday you may be celebrating. Thank you. Thank you to my guides for answering my questions. Love you guys.